Let's see what we can do to animate this guy. What if we want him to get aggressive? He's gonna try to punch you with his fist on the left. In this project, I've already added the frame motion as a dependency, so here we can just import it. And as mentioned, we can add the motion prefix to any HTML tag. So in this case, line number 9, we're gonna just add the motion prefix to the div right here. Now we can add the additional props to the div. For example, we can do this animate. Its value should be an object. This is where we tell motion what properties to animate. So over here, line number 9 again, we can say scale 2. Did you see it? Let me refresh the browser. And that is the animation, right? So inside this animate prop, we can put most of the visual and transform properties here. For example, opacity, rotate, background color, etc. We can also customize the animation with the transition prop. Line number 9 again. Its value is an object too. For example, we can set the duration of this animation to 1 second. So we can say duration 1. Let me refresh it again. You can see a slow but still intimidating punch. There are many other parameters we can set here. One interesting thing is that we can directly copy the values from Framer, the prototyping tool. So we're inside the Framer, the prototyping tool right now. We have 2 frames right here, and there's a transition going from one frame to the other. And let's preview it. And if I click on it, and you see the transition, right? And we can now customize the transition by clicking this on the control panel on the right in this transition. And this is a spring animation. If we click on it, we can actually customize the curve of this transition. And let's say we want to make it really bouncy like that, you know, change the damping to like that. And if we click on it, and this is the other kind of animation right here. Now, if we go back right here, there's a handoff tab. And on the right, we can actually copy the transition. And you see this code right here. Right? Transition has a swift or framer motion. And let's just copy this, and we'll see what it's going to look like in the code. So over here, line number 9, we can actually replace whatever here with what we copied from Framer. And you see the transition becomes a lot more bouncy, right? It's just like exactly like what we have done in Framer, the prototyping tool. So this is great, right? Imagine a designer creates a prototype and we can implement it in production without losing any fidelity. Exactly one-to-one animation handoff from design to production. So let me save the file and to see a better formatted code right here. Take a note about the values of this animate and the transition prop, and they're both objects. These 2 objects can appear in many other places with the same available properties. For example, we can move this transition object right here. Let's just cut it and remove line number 11 altogether. And line 10, we can actually add a property called transition. So, which we can paste what we have copied. And if you check on the right in the preview, it's actually exactly the same animation. This particular example isn't very useful, but you'll see later about its other use cases. Besides HTML elements, we can also animate SVG in the same manner. So let me just turn it on over here in the apps. And line number 17, we have another component, which is this SVG. So if you go into this file, line number 13 right here, it's the path that we have seen over here, this smiley face in the SVG format. I have already converted into a motion component, and that is why we can animate it with initial line number 19, animate, and customize animation with transition prop right here. This path length is very useful. The old way of making this kind of animation involves measuring the length of the path, etc. Now we just need to use a number between 0 and 1. And we can of course animate other properties such as stroke width, let's say, or stroke, which is the color of the path. And you can see the result in the preview right here. Right, the animate prop and the transition prop are the two pillars of a Framer motion. We can use them to animate HTML or SVG elements. We'll study more about it in the next video.